A lot of times when I see the same Yu-Gi-Oh decks over and over and over again, it's a complete snore. Like, it makes you want to punch a baby. Sarasaurus. Pop a baby Sarasaurus.
That is totally taken out of context.
Well, not really. I mean, you punched that baby.
I personally right now do not like how Yu-Gi-Oh is, but I do look forward to the future as there's going to be some really cool decks that I think are going to be really, really good. And of course, today I'm going to be talking about them and why do I think these decks can be so good. Now, of course, before I get into this video, I got to give a special thanks to all of my Patreons. You guys, you the goo. Thank you so much for your contributions for helping me pay my editors. I really do appreciate it. And as a special thanks, I'll be putting deck lists of some of the decks that I talk about in this video on there. But don't worry, guys. If you aren't a Patreon, you can still support the channel by sharing this with a friend. And in due time, I'll actually release it all to the public. Without further ado, I won't waste any more of your time, guys. Let's start talking about these super secret decks. What's going on with y'all, big dog? And it is an amazing day for Yu-Gi-Oh! I hope that your day is phenomenal. But if it isn't, don't let what happened at the beginning of your day ruin the rest of your day. It's really felt like since forever I've done something like that. And as far as kicking rheumatoid arthritis' ass, I might have some more news about that, but right now I am going to get you the results first before I even tell you what it is. But one thing that I do not need results for currently are these particular strategies. They are probably the unsung hero, the forgotten strategies that are really good. I'm going to be talking to you all about them. Now, disclaimer, I am not going to talk about Kashtira and Blackwings because I've talked about Kashtira and Blackwings so much. Like, if there was a Kashtira Blackwing bandwagon, I am 100% on both of them. Possibly together. And of course, if you think that there's a bandwagon that I should hop on or that other players are just forgetting about, go ahead and let me know down below in the comment section. I love to read all of your comments. The first strategy I want to talk to you about, which I think is really, really good in Yu-Gi-Oh right now, is Labyrinth. And it's not about my obsession. Hold on, let me close my incognito tabs really quick. Yo, if the FBI hits me up and lets me know that I gotta come in, well, I mean, hey, look, just know that I at least told you guys first. But Labyrinth Mommy Milkers isn't one of my favorite decks just because of the aesthetic. It's actually a really, really powerful deck in this Yu-Gi-Oh card game. Now, for the people that don't know much about the Labyrinth strategy, allow me to briefly explain. The Labyrinth deck is built off of being able to use normal trap cards, pretty much all of them, to your arsenal. And what's better about the Labyrinth strategy is that you can technically search these normal trap cards as well as reset them to your side of the field. This gives you access to some of the most deadliest trap cards in the Yu-Gi-Oh card game, like Metaverse being able to get you a deadly field spell that your opponent doesn't see coming, to also use some really underrated traps that not a lot of people are watching out for, like Terrors of the Overroot, to be able to get rid of a problematic threat. And I swear the Labyrinth monsters have way more than just mommy milkers. Oh my God. I'm pretty sure that they got some stackables in the back. Like you can't just build it up top without having a solid base, right? I 100% think that Labyrinth has what it takes to be one of the better decks in Yu-Gi-Oh! Not only does it get more support inside of Photon Hypernova, which is amazing. Anytime a new normal trap card comes out, that is immediate support for the deck. Also, for my Master Duel players, Labyrinth just so happened to be introduced inside of there. I can't wait to show you guys how powerful the deck is, and maybe something on the TCG channel as well. Now, if playing with trap cards isn't necessarily your thing, and you love synchro summoning, then I actually have to talk about a deck that me and TJ have been playtesting for a while now, and I think we're towards the ending stages. Punk is ridiculously good, my guy. Are you a rebel? But for the people that want to know what Punk does, it is a synchro-based deck built on being able to synchro into 11, but in the TCG, it can easily synchro for level 10 monsters like the ever so powerful Baron de Flor. I've always wondered how you say that card's name. Do you say it Baron de Flor, like an aficionado? Or do you say it like a American? Do you say Baron de Flor? Or are you closer to the Joker? Bar on the floor. It's just so crazy hearing everybody say it. But what separates Punk from the other synchro decks is its field spell card in Jam Session. This allows you to not only special summon a Punk monster to your side of the field, but also allows you to draw cards anytime you pay life points for your Punk monsters. This means that a Punk deck can play a ton of disruptive cards in their hand or replenish all of the resources just by activating their normal card effects. And when their life points difference is low enough, you can summon Psychic and Punisher to completely win the game. If I had to give it to an anime deck that I think is going to have the most potential going forward, it's going to go to Mako Tsunami and his Umi deck. Now, a Legendary Ocean was... I laugh because back in my boomer days, we used to use a Legendary Ocean with Gravity Bind and Level Limit Area B. Yeah, his back now. Just... I guess it would be kind of like that, right? The 2022 version of a Legendary Ocean is centered around summoning Karyushin. This card forces players to only be able to control one non-water monster on the field, and it also allows you to get a Yumi, Sea Stealth, or Karyushin spell or trap card from your deck to your hand. When you combine it with Sea Stealth attack, it practically makes your level 5 and higher water monsters just like what happened to Yugi when he originally fought Mako in the anime. What you attacking, boy? All your monsters gonna die. It also can banish a water monster on your side of the field to protect your spells and traps, which I think is extremely good if you play enough cards to make your opponent want to rage quit. Look guys, let's be real. We all hate Floodgate Yu-Gi-Oh cards until we're playing them. When we're playing them, we want to protect them, and this does just that. I also like how this deck isn't graveyard reliant, so Sea Stealth attack can protect cards like Dimensional Fissure, which is really good against some of the better decks in Yu-Gi-Oh right now. If you ever seeing what I'm seeing, then you might say, what are you doing? Because Mako is making wins. Get it? And speaking of banishing, I think Konami may have actually gotten a TCG archetype right since Burning Abyss, maybe, and have made Goatee an actually competent deck, especially with cards like Dimensional Fissure coming off the Forbidden list. Now, Goatee is a fish deck built on being able to banish your fish monsters and synchro summon on your opponent's turn, while also being able to summon monsters like Askan, the bicorned one, that one with the one with the thing. These Goatee monsters provide interruption on your opponent's turn, and typically through banishing. My favorite thing about the deck is being able to synchro summon into Goatee of the Deep Beyond, which allows you to banish all cards on the field. My guy, have you ever seen a player get so excited about losing all of their cards? Me neither. But also as a boomer, being able to summon monsters like Super Ancient Deep Sea Cold Camp to your side of the field feels really fun. But I do think that this is the best TCG exclusive archetype that we've had since Burning Abyss, which is actually a good thing. And lastly, if I had to talk about one more strategy, I'm still gonna stick to my guns and talking about the banishment department, except this time around, I'm gonna be speaking on a deck that can benefit from being banished or just banishing cards separately. I think that Thunder Dragon is extremely good right now, especially when you go back into like the 2019 type feel. You guys remember that? Remember Thunder Dragon Colossus? Pepperidge Farm remembers. I think that Thunder Dragon is really good, not only because Photon Hypernova giving out chaos support, but because the Bestial monsters being really beneficial whether you're playing them inside of your Thunder Dragon deck or you're playing against an opponent that just so happens to be playing Bestials. As you know, Thunder Dragon monsters effects activate when they're being banished or sent from the field to the graveyard, so not only can they provide fuel for your chaos monsters and your Bestials, they can also play in their own line of play, giving you continuous fodder on your side of the field to make some really powerful boards. Overall, I think all of the decks that I mentioned are really good, and if you're sick and tired of seeing the same decks over and over again, maybe pick up one of these decks, as not only do they get support in the next upcoming set in Photon Hypernova, they're actually really good right now. All they need is the correct player base. And of course, big dog, if you like the amazing content, be sure to check out these videos, but also be sure to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you can see more amazing content. Until next time, which will be very, very soon, right? Dog, just click on another video.